back in the day, I think if this had been Sir Alex Ferguson with his record, he'd be out of the club. Yeah. He would be sold this month.
He wouldn't be here.
No, not if it was Sir Alex.
Not what he said after Friday night's game about, not being. There's things he can't say, otherwise he'd be fined. And the team, when he's playing for France, the organisation, and everyone knew what they were doing. He's implying that that's not the case here at Manchester
Fergie
United.
got rid of Cantona, got rid of Keane, got rid of Beckham, got rid of Ronaldo.
Yep, Stam.
Yeah, all these players. Anytime they cause problems, out the door. Fergie had a record of 20 odd years to be able to do that, which Mourinho doesn't, which is a little bit different. But again, it just goes to the shift in power.
But he had other
players
players to rely on as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
of course he
could,
did.
he could shift one out and bring others in. He had that such a control over his squad of players. It's a different generation, and also different quality of players at the moment in this Manchester United squad.
Is Pogba too big a character for Jose Mourinho to manage?
No, not at all. It's just that, for me, Paul Pogba, one of the worst things that could have happened, I think, where Jose Mourinho's got wrong, is he shouldn't be captain. Today is another example of that. If you're captain, you've got to lead by example. You can't throw your arms around and show as if what for me what's implying is it's not my fault. It's everyone else. No one's making the right moves. He played a couple of passes, square passes, loopy balls in the midfield, one at the back at centre half to Bayu, who almost got dispossessed, and it would have been a one-on-one with De Gea, and he's throwing his arms up in the air saying as if nothing else I could have done. That's poor from him, because he's supposedly a top quality player, and we know he is.
He's a World Cup winner.
He's a World Cup winner, but he's not showing it. He's not showing it now at all. If anything,
do you think it was almost a last resort from Mourinho to say to him, look, I'm going to give you the responsibility. Just calm yourself down a little bit and start to play like a captain. Stop trying to... I watched a lot of his play today, and I thought he was trying too hard at times, coming too deep, trying too many difficult things in the wrong places.
Yeah, but I think what it is Paul Pogba was not a playmaker. So the minute Pereira went off, and then Pogba had to drop deeper.
Much deeper.
Yeah, then he starts to look for those long passes. We saw it in the second half, early on. There were at least 3, 4, 5 passes where he tried to dink over, try to play it through, overhit them, or hit too short. He's just not that type of player. He's a player that needs to play simple. When he plays simple like he did for France, get the ball, play out. I mean, it was another game against Australia, the first game in the group. He made such a big difference when Giroud came short, played the ball, followed the pass.
Australia, to be fair, though.
Yeah, but hang on, he was lucky. He got a big, massive deflection. But you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about his simplicity in the game, bringing that into the game. That's when he shows his true quality, because he's calm, he can play. With this, he can't. When you give him the ball, go and create something, he starts all different sorts of things. He tries to nutmeg players. He tries to turn back into players. It's almost like he gets past someone halfway past someone, turns around and wants to do them again. And he's not that quality of player. He can't do that. And for me, it's too much responsibility on his shoulders. He needs someone around him that's just going to say, right, give me the ball, you make the movement. 1 pass, 2 touch passes. That's it.
Anything you need to add there, Dan?
No, I think that's it. I mean, we know he's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
Whatever the reasons at the moment, it's not happening for him in a red shirt.
Should he stay or should he go?
You know what? If I were Manchester United and I got a big bid for him from whoever it is, I would sell him. I really would. I think there's too much of a circus around him. And I go back to that game on Friday night. The next day, or after the game, was all about I can't say what I really want to say.
But also, you've got replacements. You've got Fred that's coming now. You've got Pereira.
Yeah.
You've got Matic to come back in there. You've got Lingard that can play in midfield. You've got Juan Mata. You've got Herrera.
We talked about it before.
You've got six quality midfield players.
I'd sell Martial. Martial would be out the door. He'd be even out the door quicker. Because he's given him so many opportunities, so much time, and he's struggling. He's not delivering.
Okay, gents, speaking of Paul Pogba, let's go back to the tunnel. I believe he's standing by.